Good morning, ladies. It's Amanda here. That light's kind of crazy. How are you all? I am coming on today because I am just getting back from dropping Mimi off at school, and I'm having some Joe, and I'm looking at the Christmas tree, and all these kind of things were popping into my head. But I was really wanted to talk about connecting the dots and why I believe that why I do this work around sexuality and why I think it's so important. Because I know many people think it's not that big a deal, or it's just one more thing on their plate and they don't really care that much about it. But I assure you that it is a big deal. And when you're not having sex, it's a problem in your relationship. And, even if you're a single person, you don't need to necessarily have a partner to have a great sexual relationship with yourself. You can cultivate that on your own. And I know Kit and I talked about this yesterday in our interview about how, that wholeness that you can create within your own body and within your own pleasure. So important. And I love in the Taoist philosophy, they refer to self-pleasure as self-cultivation. And they view sexuality as such a holistic part of your life, which I truly believe is the same, because how you do anything is how you do everything. And if you think about what you're doing in your life, how successful are you in your business, in your family life, in your relationship? And how is your sex life? Because there is a direct correlation. And I talk to my clients all the time about this, and it's an interesting eye-opener when you kind of realize if you are shut down, if you aren't able to speak up for your needs, if you're not able to do that in the bedroom, you're also not able to do that in your outside life most of the time. So I just find it so fascinating and how connected the two are and how powerful that Jing energy, your sexual energy, is when you cultivate it. And that is why I love, love, love this work. And I find it so important and valuable. And it's not that hard to do because we're all born with that energy. We just kind of dull it over time. And so all you got to do is kind of dust off all the layers of shame and conditioning and everything else that's piled up over the years. And then you can re-access that energy. And it's so powerful. And you can use it however you want. Your body can use it to nourish itself. You can use it to, hey, Rachel. You can use it to nourish your creativity. You can use it to put towards whatever you want. So it's really beautiful. Yeah, so please feel free. If you have questions about that, send them my way. I know that when you first start looking at that, it might seem, that is very interesting, connecting those dots. But I would urge you to take a few minutes and get out a piece of paper and write down, what are your struggles in the bedroom? What are your struggles in your sex life? What are your struggles around sexuality? And just note, are those coming into play in other parts of your life? Because typically they are. And, I think fundamentally, when we look at ourselves holistically, really that sexuality piece is so missing in personal growth and development. And I find it to be the most important key. And like I told you guys, I know that many of you that have followed me for a while or that know me, know that I've done tons of personal development stuff over the years, all the seminars, Tony Robbins, everything, working with great coaches. And until I really started addressing the sexuality piece, that is what made the most dramatic change for me, which is why I love doing this. So yeah, just take a few minutes and make some notes and see what comes up for you. And you feel free to shoot me a message with questions or comment below. And I hope you all have a fabulous day. Can't turn it off. I've got my coffee in my